Hi everyone, I'm Shelby Mahurin, author of the Serpent Dove series. Today I will be recapping Blood and Honey in preparation for the series finale, Gods and Monsters, coming out on July 27th. Warning, there will be spoilers, so if you haven't read the series thus far, stop now, unless of course you're like me and love spoilers, in which case feel free to continue. Either way, you've been warned. The series follows Lou, a dame blanche, who is hiding from her villainous mother, the queen of the witches, les dames de sorcières, and the chasseur, Reed, who has fallen in love with her. She loves him too, most days. They are bound as one to love, honor, or burn in a 17th century French-inspired world. There is also Coco, a dame rouge, and Lou's best friend, Ansel, a chasseur in training, and our resident cinnamon roll, and Beau, a himbo prince who doesn't really know why he's here. He's gotten entangled with these people. He doesn't know why. The book opens with Lou, Reed, and their friends hiding in the Forest of Eyes after escaping Morgane on Morgane, where she attempted to sacrifice Lou, not for the first time, for the second time. She's tried to kill her daughter twice. Despite that, it is Reed who is all up in his feelings, and he has a lot of them. To be fair, he has a lot going on. He just murdered the Archbishop, his patriarch and father figure. He discovered that his real parents are Madame LaBelle, a witch, and King Auguste, the king of the entire country, the king of Belterra. But the worst realization for him is that he himself, after hunting them for the majority of his life, is a witch. Womp womp. In planning next steps and eating onions and arguing and making out in Mountain Springs and celebrating Ansel's birthday early, the crew discover a note. It's a note from Morgane. It's nonsensical. It's slightly ominous in that she knows where they are. Pretty porcelain, pretty doll, with hair as black as night, she cries alone within her pall, her tears so green and bright. Naturally, everyone decides to gather intel at a local pub, and naturally, they are discovered by bounty hunters who recognize them from the wanted posters all over the walls. Lou blows up said pub with the help of a mysterious stranger by the name of Claude Devereaux. It's at this point, however, that everyone realizes they are not powerful enough to defeat Morgane by themselves. They need help. They hatch this scheme to gather allies, right? They're going to split up and then reunite with said allies at the Archbishop's funeral, which Reed has wrongly deduced is where Morgane is going to strike. Maybe he's the himbo. Reed, Beau, and Madame LaBelle travel to Werewolf Packland with Claude Devereaux and his strange and enchanting traveling troupe called Troupe de Fortune, while Lou, Coco, and Ansel go to meet Coco's aunt, La Wasson. She is the leader of the Dames Rouges, and they go to meet her at her blood camp. Reed, in this process, wears leather pants and eyeliner, and he's a knife thrower. And Troupe de Fortune, Lou meets the eerie Nicolina, a wraith-like Dame Rouge who only speaks in riddles. At the blood camp, Lou discovers children throughout the entire kingdom have been going missing, and all signs point to Morgane because all of the victims have one thing in common. They are all children of King Auguste. From this, she deduces that Morgane is planning to continue her nefarious plot with or without Lou's sacrifice. So, to recap, if Lou had died on the altar, all of the king's children would have died with her, including Reed. She did not die, as we know. She ran. So now Morgane is planning to hunt down, one by one, to maim and torture them personally. You know, it's the personal touch for me. After she targets 2 children from the blood camp, La Wasson finally says enough is enough, and she agrees to work with Lou and Coco and Ansel to join forces against Morgane. All the while, Coco, who is in the center of a love triangle with Ansel and Beau, finally kisses Ansel, only to discover she has absolutely zero romantic feelings for him. She just doesn't love him that way. Understandably, Ansel is crushed. When the squad reunites after a very scandalous performance between Lou and Reed involving knives and a throwing board, more bounty hunters catch up to them. Reed is brutally stabbed and his balustrade is eaten by a magic tree. It's all fine though, because Coco heals him with a mixture of, can you guess it, blood and honey. They escape the bounty hunters and flee to Luguru Packland, where they are met with even more anger and hostility because darling Reed, back in his good old days as a huntsman, of course, killed the alpha's son. He's been keeping that a secret this whole time. As penance, he must agree to be hunted or the pack will kill everyone. So naturally he agrees. While he's off running for his life, Jean-Luc and the huntsmen finally locate everyone else. They surround the Packland and they attack. Enter Dark Lou, who terrorizes everyone with magic ice. For two reasons. One is to protect Reed, and two is to kill the wolves, huntsmen, basically anybody who looks at her wrong. When the Alpha's second son is injured in this attack, thankfully Reed and Coco intervene, save his life, and that is why the Loup-Garou agreed to join forces with them against Morgane. So we're 2 for 2 now, okay? Let's see if we can push this. They push this straight necessary. The Archbishop's funeral is looming closer, the clock is running out, so Reed, Beau, and Madame LaBelle come up with this brilliant idea to try to persuade King Auguste to their side as well, with the werewolves and the blood witches. It goes about as you would expect. The terrible man is in fact terrible, and he imprisons his sons and his ex-lover. Worse still, he threatens to torture them with rats, which is a real medieval torture method. The more you know. Reed and Beau do manage to escape, but Madame LaBelle does not. She is still alive though. That's something. Things get worse for Reed when Morgane doesn't attack at the funeral like he suspected she would, and instead she gives them a third and final note, which Lou cracks. She realizes that Morgane is holding Célie, Reed's childhood love, and Jean-Luc's current one, in the tunnels beneath the city. Worse still, she says she is going to eat Célie's heart if Lou does not come rescue her by midnight. So now we have a new clock, okay? Before they go into the tunnels, Coco has a vision that a man close to Lou's heart will die, which she obviously interprets to mean Reed. Determined to make that not happen, she sneaks away from the rest of the group and she goes down into the tunnels to save Célie by herself. Unfortunately, one person does follow her, and that is Ansel. Reed eventually realizes what has happened, and he leads the Dame Rouges and the Loup-Garou down into the tunnels after her. But in the darkness of those tunnels, they are like the Kill Morgane crew is plucked out of the tunnels into the darkness one by one. No one knows what has happened to them. While that's happening, Lou and Ansel do indeed find Célie and Morgane, and mother and daughter exchange blows. Reed eventually catches up to them with Claude, who is the Woodwose, in fact. He turns out to be this magical creature of the forest who has a history with Morgane. Some circles would call him a god. He's obviously very, very powerful. Morgane cannot hope to win. In a truly vile fashion, she does the only thing she can to escape, and that is to kill Ansel as a distraction. Everyone is obviously distraught. They're frantic, they're heartbroken. They can't bring Ansel back. Coco's tears set the tunnels underneath the city ablaze with this magical black fire that no one can extinguish because they stemmed from Coco's grief. And in the final chapter of Blood and Honey, while everyone is mourning the loss of their favorite character, L'Aubusson and Nicolina show their true colors. They have been allied with Morgane all along, and they perform a dark magic on Lou that will change everything. The book ends in a kiss. And that's it. That's all you need to know about Blood and Honey to read Gods and Monsters. Again, it comes out this July 27th. I cannot wait for you guys to read it. I cannot wait to hear your reactions. I'm so excited. See you guys soon.